Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This is Living in Colorado Springs and I am Alicia Armendariz. Today I'm going to be going over a new neighborhood here in town. This is going to be kind of classified as a luxury neighborhood just because of the price point, but overall this is the newest dark sky community here in Colorado, and I'm going to get into exactly what a dark sky community is. And if you have any questions over anything else that I mentioned in this video, please feel free to reach out to me. Call me, email me, leave something in the comments, and I promise to get back to you. And also, if you could, hit that subscribe button and bell to get notified when I make new videos each week on everything that is living in Colorado Springs. So this video is going to be over the new master community of Winsome. And Winsome is located on the northeast corner of Black Forest here in town, kind of off of Meridian Road and Hodges Road. It's about 146 home sites, and it sits on about 176 acres. So the concept here that they're really trying to get across is freedom. They really want you to be able to have a lot of freedom with the custom build homes that are out there, freedom to do what you want with your land, because the lots on average are going to be 2.5 acres or a little bit more, and then 5-acre lots. They also want you to just have the freedom to kind of, like I said, utilize the land how you want. They do have some regulations and covenants, but nothing too crazy. Like I said, this is a luxury neighborhood just based on the price, but it's not going to have a lot of the kind of typical uppity luxury neighborhood restrictions and things of that sort. So off the bat, I just want to get into what I think is the coolest feature about this neighborhood is that Winsome is considered a dark sky community. And a dark sky community is actually an international organization, but to be considered a dark sky community, you have to show dedication to preserving the starry night sky that that area and that community sit in. Meaning the homes out there and just that community in general are going to have regulations and guidelines and rules as to how much light you are allowed to have. So for example, that community is not going to have street lights. That community has regulations of how many exterior lights you can have on your home, time of evening that you can have those exterior lights on, for how long into the evening, into the nighttime. If you do have exterior lights on your home, they're going to have to point downwards, nothing pointing up. So they're really big on where that area sits in particular. Just has some really great views of the starry sky. There's not a whole lot around there just because you are far enough east from town. There's not a lot of structures out there. And then also you kind of just actually sit on the terrain where Black Forest, a section of it just kind of stops. It's a very dense, heavy section. And then kind of just across Hodges Road is kind of where like the rolling plains kind of start. And that's where a lot of this development is starting to pop up. So I just think that's a really cool feature that they're really trying to preserve the, just nature and the starry skies out there. And there's actually kind of a process to go to become certified as a dark sky community. There are only 33 of those in the world, and 9 of them being here in Colorado. And the fact that Winsome is one of those 9, I think is just really, really cool. So since this is a newer community, there aren't a whole lot of homes that are being built. I think there are more lots that have actually been sold but haven't started construction yet. You can expect the majority of the lots right now to be actually owned by particular builders that are out there. Now this community does encourage that you just bring your own builder, but a lot of the builders obviously here in town have wanted to take advantage of this area because it just sits in a really cool location. So if you do go out to the community and you find a lot that you like, for the most part it probably is already owned by a builder, and if you want to purchase that lot, then you kind of already go into an agreement to then use that builder to build your home. So all the custom builders and semi-builders that are out there though are really well known throughout town. The majority that I saw when I was out there was Black Oat Homes, JS Homes, Colorado Custom Homes. There's about probably 8 or 9 others that you can find on the community website that have already previously bought lots, and all are going to have amazing, beautiful floor plans. I will say right now the lots that are just for sale, just the lot itself, are going to range between $190,000 up to about $250,000. The homes that most of these custom builders are offering out there are going to be on price between $855,000 kind of up into $2 million, maybe $3 million. I mean, obviously you can, like I tell you guys in these videos, you can get pretty jazzy with some customizations, but for the most part, these builders, and with the requirements and setbacks that that community has, most of the homes that you can build or going to build are going to be between 3,000 square feet up to 5,000 square feet. And they're usually going to have about 3-car garage and then like a big RV parking garage, along with all that additional space of 2.5 acres up to 5 acres. All of these custom builders and semi-builders are super beautiful. They all have a variety of different floor plans and different styles, everything from a farmhouse to contemporary to mountain. I think overall what I've seen right now just out in that community is a lot of people, whoever they went with builder-wise, they still have a typical exterior theme because that does need to be kept with covenants and guidelines within the community. A lot of people have a lot of stone mixed with wood, mixed with stucco. That's kind of what the interior is looking like. But like I said, those lot prices right now that are between 2.5 acres to 5 acres, if you just buy them yourself, is going to be about that $195,000 to $250,000. A lot of the builders, though, since they do own the lots, they kind of have a package deal where they already know what floor plans of theirs are going to fit on what particular lots and how they would like, you know, the best view for your bang out there. So if you go with one of the builders, expect most of the time those home package land deals are going to put you at around like 1.1 million to probably 1.25 million. Obviously, because they are able to customize, they can get a little bit more pricier, but kind of expect that overall in the home prices. There are a couple spec homes that are already built by a builder on certain lots, and they are just ready to be sold right now. Those are also sitting at a price point of about 1.1 million. So even if you didn't want to build something from scratch, there are a few of those homes that are already finished being built by the builders that are just ready to go. Now, because Winsome does sit within Black Forest, you are going to have to install your own well and septic system. Depending how far and how deep you have to dig, the well could cost you anywhere on average between $10,000 to $30,000. A septic is probably going to cost you around 15, maybe 20, but I'm going to say more around that $15,000 to install. A perk about these lots, though, is because their whole concept in the community is freedom. You know, the freedom to not be on top of your neighbor, the freedom to use your land as you want. For the most part, they already have natural gas, phone, and electricity lines brought to each property. So that's really amazing, because if you're just buying raw land for the most part anywhere in the state, depending on how far you have to bring those gas lines, that's where things can get really pricey. So the fact that this community is already ready, like I said, to just be built on the concept of, you know, you living in luxury, but with the freedom that you want to do with the land. You don't have to pull any lines, you don't have to pull any natural gas. So everything is there at the property lines and ready to go. And you don't have to worry about any roads. All the roads throughout the community are going to be asphalt. Right now, when you're driving around, they're still constructing some roads and whatnot, but for the most part, everything is going to be asphalt. The community sits off of Hodges Road and Meridian Ranch Road, which are paved. They're 2-lane roads that will get you easily to the west into Monument for any major shopping that you need to do, or just to get to the interstate, or you can actually head just right down south on Meridian Road into Falcon, where Falcon itself is just booming with a community of Meridian Ranch. They have Antlers Creek Golf Course out there. They have a ton of just regular shopping and restaurants, there's fast food popping up, there's King Soopers popping up, there's car washes. The community of Falcon is growing a lot right now. And whether you're heading west into Monument more for your shopping or south to Falcon, both are going to be about a 15-20 minute drive, but they're both straight shots on the map. So even in the snowy months in the winter time, those roads are maintained. It's not going to be like a windy, hectic drive to get into town or to get to major shopping if you need it. They're straight shots, they're well-maintained roads, and you're really not that far from civilization if you need it. So even though I would consider this neighborhood to be more of a luxury neighborhood because it does have a couple of rules and regulations with setbacks and the type of exterior, you are allowed outbuildings and you are allowed 4-H projects. You are allowed horses. County regulations are going to dictate how many horses you can have out there, but you can have horses. They do have a small trail system that kind of runs throughout the community, and also they're planning to have those connect to some exterior trails outside of Black Forest. That will be in the works, but at the moment you can find kind of a small system of trails that's about 1.5 miles in my opinion, that kind of just wraps around Winsome and then kind of meets at a gathering place that is a small fire pit, kind of just on the outside of what is currently developed of Winsome. There seems to be a creek that runs kind of through the middle of the community, and phase 3 of the project sits on the northern side of that creek. That hasn't started developing yet, and I don't believe they've even started selling lots for that, but that is in the works. So in the meantime, if you are out there, those trails are beautiful, kind of runs through the meadows of Black Forest and then also kind of connects to the really forested, dense part, but you can meet at the gathering fire pit. So even though I did mention that this is a dark sky community and there is not planned to have any street lights or anything of that sort, they do have set aside about 7.2 acres kind of to the southeast corner of the community for potential commercial growth. And what they've maybe proposed is a small post office, a very small gas station, a coffee shop, and a feed shop. I have not seen them break ground for any of those. I haven't even seen them start clearing trees, but I do know if those were to be voted in and if the community decided to put any of those 4 structures kind of there on the southeast corner as you're leaving the community, they do plan to keep a lot of the trees right there on that corner in place to kind of block the actual residential section from that little tiny commercial section. So other than that, they don't have a lot planned for that area. Like I said, they are a certified dark sky community. They want to keep it that way. The other thing that they might propose though nearby is a middle school, because that area does sit in Falcon 49 school district wise, and at the moment Falcon, as I had said, is just growing and growing, and they're getting a little big for their britches. So they are talking about building a second middle school for just kind of the Black Forest and Falcon area in general. But if you are planning to live or build within Winsome, that would definitely be where you send your kiddos. Well, there you go, you guys. There's not a whole lot to talk about Winsome yet. It is still brand spanking new, and there are not that many people out there yet, but it is going to be beautiful. The homes that are out there are already beautiful. And if you guys have any questions about anything that I went over today, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to help you with your real estate needs, as I am a licensed broker here in the state of Colorado. If you could, please hit that subscribe button and bell to get notified when I make new videos each week on everything that is living Colorado Springs.